One of the areas that I hear and would certainly support in concept is more opportunities for students to work with their communities and in various ways. How do you see that as a possibility, or is that already happening?
I think it's happening in a variety of ways. For example, we have 28 student-driven clubs here at the school.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
what I said too.
Wow.
Well, we had a clubs day
Yeah.
over the course of a full day in the gym run by student council, and there were established clubs, there were kids who had an interest and they just got together, and all of a sudden you've got a club, for example, we've got, in terms of giving back to the community, we had kids just out of nowhere, kids said, we want to make lunches for the downtown east side. So under the Global Issues Club, a whole bunch of kids came in here on a Saturday and put together 500 bag lunches and took them down to the downtown east side.
Yeah. Yeah.
We had one boy who's not really connected to a club as such, but came up to us at the beginning of the year, a grade 12 boy, and said, there's starving people in Africa, there's a drought going on, what are we doing? I said, I don't know, what are you doing? Well, he said, okay, this is what I'd like to do. He got 6 friends together. In this course of 2 days, they raised $850, which was matched. It was a Looney Tooney drive. It was matched by Red Cross. It translated into $1,700.
Wow.
So if you want to run the panorama of what social responsibility looks like, it's not just raising money and giving. It's the engagement in ideas, the engagement in philanthropic work, the engagement in community within our community and external to our community. That whole range of clubs are directly kind of linked back to community interaction. So I think it's happening. Greg has had some ideas around how we formalize that. We want to look at, for example, we have a President's Club which we formed this year. That's not my idea. It's an idea that I steal from, all good ideas are stolen. And we were doing that over at JO when I was there previously. And the President's Club is bringing the leaders of each of these clubs together and saying, okay, you're the leaders, how do we embed some leadership thought? You had some ideas around how that works.
Tell us about that, Greg.
Yeah, so what we're seeing is that there's a group of kids that are very enthusiastic. And what we see in the hallways are they're competing for all kinds of attention. And so I thought that maybe what we should do is bring these presidents together from all of the different clubs so they can organize bigger events and help each other out instead of fumbling over each other and trying to sell different programs.
Right. Competing against each other.
And the attention was, you could see it in the hallways. It was almost, the kids were looking at different tables trying to figure out where should I go, who should I talk to. I think the interest is there, and what I want to do with formalization is to give them a little training in terms of how to organize their own clubs, how to work together as a delegation of presidents, how to make decisions, and maybe even do some work in terms of coursework.
Different communities. A kid who wants to work with World Vision and a kid that wants to do, for example, politics in municipal elections, they may not see the commonality of their interests. So it's up to us as if you want, the educators to say, okay, here's where that commonality lies, and here's what you need to do together to kind of have some synergy around that. And I think that's where the power of Greg's idea extends what we've seen in other schools, and I think that's the innovative piece we're looking at.
Right.